The project team is to ensure that we have a roadmap that we can follow religiously in preparing Ghana towards the African Games in 2023. We believe that we don't need to wait until 2023. The roadmap must be followed religiously so we can get everything in place for 2023 African Games. So that is chaired by my able Deputy Minister here. We also have the National Sports Policy Review Committee. As we speak now, we don't have a very reliable legal framework for sports development. So this policy review is to make sure that we have stakeholder inputs to have a policy that can stand the test of time. So the review will soon be meeting stakeholders in this area. The Games Committee is for planning the overall Ghana's preparation and participation in all international games and competitions. We need to have a very reliable committee that is in dialogue with the federation. Sometimes, even in the office, federation chair will come. We need to host this tournament. But you can't just get on to host a tournament. We need to have certain fundamentals right to host a tournament. So we are in touch with them so that whatever they want to do in terms of international competitions, there's a roadmap that will follow what to meet the requirements that we need to meet before we can be granted the permission to host any international tournament. So that committee is also in place. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to promote sustainable sports development in the country and to address the financial challenges of the sports sector, the ministry set up a committee to work on a sports fund. As we speak, the committee is ready with their report. The cabinet memo on the subject of the fund is also ready for submission to cabinet for consideration and approval. So very soon that will be done. Mr. Chairman, Ghana football is born again. Ghana football is born again. As a Christian, a devout Anglican, of course, when we say someone is born again, it means therefore that you have to understand and appreciate the fact that you need to have a new life. A new life that embraces purity. A new life that embraces purity. Greater responsibility and accountability. A new life that builds trust and confidence in the game. A new life that ensures greater integrity in the game. So when I say Ghana football is born again, it's up to my president here to make sure that we have all these ingredients embedded in our new football. These are key ingredients. Purity. Not that before we enter a sports stadium, the outcome of the game is already predetermined. That thing should be a thing of the past. So, Mr. President, this is a challenge to you. And I urge you, in your new leadership, your ESCO members, to ensure or to bear in mind that football is a team sport. Therefore, teamwork is critical in this. Teamwork is critical. It should become a one-man show. We should involve everybody, all stakeholders, so that we will achieve the desired results that we are all aiming at. Thank you, Mr. President. So these are my kind words for you. The domestic football is the epitome of football in any country. The domestic football is the epitome. So the domestic league needs to be strengthened. Our domestic league needs all the support. So government will partner you to ensure that we have a league that is durable and that, of course, will attract the fans to the various stadia. So that league is also going to be supported by government. Mr. Chairman, the 2023 African Games, Ghana won the right to host and organize the 13th African Games. For me, it's all about the prestige of hosting. Add on our sports infrastructure. Also, a golden platform for us to promote all the other disciplines. Because in this tournament, we are going to host about 25 multi-disciplines. So also a good opportunity for us to provide support to all the other sporting disciplines, and that will be done. To also give a new lifeline to the development of all the disciplines. The ministry successfully hosted the African Regional Anti-Doping Zone 6 meeting in November 2018. This meeting had participants from Angola, Botswana, Ghana, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The meeting was geared towards promoting drug-free sports and working with member countries to protect athletes, of course, promote clean sports. The government has taken measures to reconstitute the Ghana National Anti-Doping Committee as an initial step for the setting up of a national anti-doping organization, which is tasked to implement anti-doping policies, of course, research strategy to fight cheating in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, the national teams and federations participated in the following events, which were intended to identify, nurture, and promote the development of all sports through the engagement of various relevant competitions. The competitions offered training opportunities for coaches and technical personnel to enhance grassroots participation. Mr. Chairman, as part of Ghana's commitment to promote regional and social integration worldwide through sports, Ghana's under-20 national male football team, the Black Athletes, participated in the 15th edition of the Under-20 African Cup of Nations tournament that was held in Niger from 2nd to 17th February 2019. Ghana's participation ended at the group stage. In June, the senior national team, the Black Stars, participated in the CAF Cup of Nations tournament in Egypt from 21st June to 19th July 2019. Ghana was eliminated in the round of 16. The senior national female football team, the Black Prince, placed third in the 2019 UEFA Zone B Women's Championship that was hosted by Cote d'Ivoire. Ghana's local Black Stars qualified and participated in this year's West African football tournament in Senegal and placed second. Currently, the senior national team has begun its campaign to the 2021 African Cup of Nations to be held in Cameroon. The team is leading Group C with 6 points after wins over South Africa and Sao Tome and Principe. The National Sports Authority organized a 10-kilometer national cross-country event at Dabuasi in the Western region with reps from all the participating regions. The event sought to identify talents for long-distance running. The Ghana Table Tennis Association hosted the International Table Tennis Federation World and African Junior Cadet Championships in Ghana. Ghana won 1 gold, 1 silver, and 6 bronze medals in the World Championship category. In promoting tennis, the Ghana Tennis Federation hosted the International Tennis Federation ITF 18 and below World Junior Circuit Tour in Accra. In athletics, this year's saw our athletes also performing creditably at the international scene. Ghana's men and women relay teams faced a difficult task in their bid to qualify for the 4x100 final at the IAF World Athletics Championship held in Doha, Qatar. The men's team made up of Joseph Paul Amwa, Benjamin Azamati, Martin Owusu Entry, and Sean Safo Entry booked their place in Doha after clinching gold at the 2019 African Games in Morocco with a time of 38.8 seconds. For the men's team of Flames, Owusu Japan, Jima Achampon, Persis William Mensah, and Hall Haluti. They qualified after finishing 7th within a time of 44.7 seconds at the IAF World Relay Championships held in Yokohama, Japan in May this year. The Ghana arm wrestling, and I'm proud of this arm wrestling team, won about 88 medals at the African Championship that they hosted. So arm wrestling, kudos, we are proud of you. 88 medals. So now justifies your request all the time that why don't we invest in these sports if we can get all the medals from these sports? After all, every medal is a medal. So yes, I'm proud of you. He's always having this banter with the minister. Invest in this lesser known sports. They will bring us the gold, the medals that we need. Now we have 88 medals. Kudos again. We are proud of you. Our country participated in the just ended 12th African Games that was held in Morocco from 19th to 31st August 2019. Ghana won 30 medals, made up of 2 gold, 2 silver, and 9 bronze, which is an improvement of our previous performance in the Congo-Brazzaville 2015. As part of the African Games also, national hockey teams, male and female, also won 2 silver medals in South Africa. Now, we have a project we call Youth in Sports. The purpose is to train young, skillful, dedicated men and women who would, of course, provide support to the management of our various stadia. So we have people that we have trained, but others that we have trained in stadia janitorial services, how to clean the various stadia. It's a major issue. And I'm happy that the new Director General is making more inroads in that area. That time when I was in Kumasi, I saw an improvement over my previous visit, so that is good. We have trained these young men and women who are providing support services in these centers. 2,000 of them have been trained, janitorial services, others in pitch management. We are doing this because of what we are doing currently. You have to get the people there before you finish with the construction of these edifices, because you can't finish and then you don't have a pool of skilled people to manage these areas. So by the time these youth centers are completed, this is about the 10 stadia that you are building. As I said, there are 76 almost completion. So the time this stadia are built, constructed, we need to have this pool of young men and women who have been trained in the pitch management, janitorial services there, so that they can manage these facilities for us. But the challenge over the years has been how to maintain our existing facilities when they are constructed. You saw the neglect of Accra Sports Stadium and other facilities, that we have to spend so much also to put it back to shape. The Winneba Sports College has a core mandate of training highly skillful people, technical personnel for youth and sports development. Already this year, they had a project, what they call a fitness instructors course for 20 participants. This was to equip them with effective methods of training and to empower them to design programs to suit individual needs. The sports college provided formal education and skills training for soccer and tennis academic students during this year. The college also hosted a volleyball coaching course to impart critical knowledge on volleyball. The college also organized a one-week introductory soccer training course for young people who want to enter into football. There's a project that we need to revive at the Winneba Sports College. That is to have a partnership with the private sector to transform the college into a center of excellence. That project is also ongoing. Mr. Chairman, friends from the media, an interministerial coordinating committee with members from the Youth and Sports and Education Ministries has been formed to develop and promote schools and colleges sports. This initiative is also in line with NPP's manifesto promise. And I quote, the NPP will provide facilities to revive sporting competitions among schools, end of quote. It could be recalled that Ghana used to be a great sporting nation. In the past, immediately after independence, this country could be counted as one of the best sporting nations in the world. The falling standard of sports could be attributed to a number of factors, but key one I've identified is lack of sporting infrastructure across the country. The growth in the population has not been matched with a corresponding increase in sports infrastructure. The growth in the population over the years has not been matched with a corresponding increase in sports infrastructure. That is the point. So we just don't have the facilities. We don't have the equipment. The space for football development, we don't have it. Now go around, kids are playing on the streets. They will mount some blocks on the street and they'll be playing because they don't have access to those facilities. That's why this government is massively investing in the sports infrastructure across board. Not only this ministry, others are also collaborating. Just 2 days ago, 3 days ago, we were at Medina, we all saw that wonderful edifice. Yes, space for football development is there. And let me tell you, one of the days that people will say, don't play football. Today, professors wish they were the Maradonas, the Messis, and co. Even professors wish they were. Am I lying, Professor? Yes, wish. So that should tell you that when you invest in football, you get the dividend. Producing quality stars. And they come and invest back in the country. So please, investing in football is one of the wisest decisions any government can make. One of the wisest decisions any government can make, investing in football today. Because of the potential football has for young people in this country. But the talents are there, the skills are there. All that we need to provide the space and the infrastructure for them, and they will grow. So I'm happy that when we are done with this sporting infrastructure across the country, almost every area will have access to quality sporting facility. That's the target. Zongo Ministry, building astroturf across the country. Ministry of Energy through GNPC, also more astroturfs across the country. For the Mother Ministry, expanding sporting infrastructure across the country. Not only that, also we need to also maintain the facilities. So as we speak, the maintenance culture of the ministry has assumed greater proportion. And I'm happy that we have a government that is committed in also renovating the existing sporting infrastructure. Accra Sports Stadium is almost done. We are done with 2 phases. The last and the final phase will start very soon. Procurement processes are also done for the start of renovation works at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium and of course Asiamah Sports Stadium. I wanted to say, to give a time, Chief Director says no, Minister. But I can assure you that very soon it's almost done at the last stage. So hopefully, Professor, Kumasi will be fixed. Asiamah will be fixed. They will all come back to life, I can assure you. Government is also committed to the completion of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. As we speak, you go and check, go and see. Contractors are there working. Very soon, we are going to have another beautiful stadium for Ghana. Legon has a capacity of about 12,000. Legon Sports Stadium has a capacity of 12,000. So work is progressing in ENS at the Legon Sports Stadium. That was started in 2004, but was stalled in 2009. We started bringing it back in 2017. So as we speak, they are there working. Mr. Chairman, youth and sports development have assumed much importance and therefore require a lot of attention. We intend to collaborate much more with the media for the purpose of public education and engagement, and also seeking your opinions in the youth and sports matters of national interest. There's no doubt that modest gains have been achieved within this short period. However, we are aware that a lot more needs to be done. I wish to assure the good people of Ghana of my ministry's unflinching commitment to improving the lot of our youth, to enable them live meaningful lives and also contribute to national development. We look forward to an enhanced partnership and cooperation with you in our collective effort to promote youth and sport development in Ghana. Thank you for your attention. God bless you.
To the front. Okay, may I ask our colleagues to please excuse us so that those who are going to ask their questions can come this way and then take their
answers. Period. So it's critical. Yes, the Democratic Commission's report. This is a matter myself I followed keenly when I was in the position. As a ranking member then, I remember at the time I even filed a motion on the floor of the House calling for parliamentary inquiry. So I followed it with keen interest. When the president set up a commission of inquiry, we have the report by the commission making recommendations. The commission makes recommendations to the president. Because we watch the proceedings on TV, everything, so sometimes we thought that everything that was said there was put in the final document, that is the white paper. That's sometimes the mistake we make. Lots of issues came up. But what is a legal document binding on government is the white paper that is signed by the president. And let me tell you, since I assumed office, I have complied with all the recommendations approved by the white paper. Such one single example, such one. They tasked the ministry not to pay them cash, players cash again. As we speak, we've never given them cash since I became a minister. We've never. Everything goes through their bank account in a CD equivalent, which we do. So, and even the issues in the white paper, when you read it, it's stated, recommendation accepted, those accepted with modifications, those accepted. They are there. 3 categories. They are there. So I thought we were going to cite maybe one example that we have not complied with, but I can tell you honestly that everything that's in the white paper that obliges government, we've complied with. But the white paper that obliges government, we are obliged to respect what is the white paper. That one I can assure you. We are doing, yes. Well, maybe I would say it's humility. That is a key word. When we are humble, people obviously, what financial advice that you need, because you welcome advice. And when I became a minister, Langabe was the first to come to my office. Say, Minister, this office, not plenty talk. Do your job. Because yes, those who have tracked me, checked my history in Parliament, every issue you say as a Asiamah on air, you hear me on everything you hear me on air. On the Public Accounts Committee, for example, I was so vociferous there. So my track record is now contrary to what I'm doing now, that talk less, more action. Work more and produce the results. It's the results that is important. Because after in opposition, you've said all the ideas. You've provided all the critique, all the criticisms. You've said everything. Now you are in charge. So your job is to provide a difference in leadership. That's what you do. So please, that is what is keeping me in the ministry. And of course, my capable lieutenants, for me, Chief Director is like a father. He's here. He's like a father. He's like a father. He's like a father. I listen to him. Chief, come. What do we do? So when you're a minister and you also consult widely, you engage your critical stakeholders. Engage your critical stakeholders. You obviously, so no wonder the attrition rate in the ministry is now low. When I came and I checked the record there, I mean names and their periods. Somebody 3 weeks. Oh yes. Somebody to 4 months. So that the one I went was, hey. So how many months am I going to be blessed with in this office? But thank God we are moving together. Sure. And you know, Kukuri Ofiani and Co would always come to your office. And all the stakeholders, the media people, they will come. Minister, ABCD. So when you listen to the advice, you will work and work well in the ministry. And when you follow procedure. Don't bypass anything. Procurement, respect it. Everything. When you do all these things, you go far. Yes. Myself, I filed a question when I was in opposition in Parliament. So the minister was compelled to come to Parliament and answer a question that I filed. This time around, nobody filed a question. I went to Parliament to render accounts. Yes. I went to Parliament to render accounts. Nobody compelled me. On my own accord, I went to Parliament to render accounts. Check the records. I said, let me go to Parliament and speak to the people's reps. And I went there to speak to them. I read an account. Then it is there. It is there. You see, the accounting mechanism of the ministry doesn't end with maybe going to Parliament one day. No. We have institutions of accountability. You know them. Of course, Parliament is one of them. The Auditor General's report is subject to auditing. So auditing will also be done. And it will still find place in Parliament through the Public Accounts Committee. So that is the process. If anything has happened, the Auditor General will point it out. Parliament will still call me back, come and answer questions. That's why I said that I will still come back to Parliament, because I know that when there are infractions, when there are breaches, the final destination of that document is Parliament. That's the final destination. Any expenditure finds expression in Parliament. After all the accounting has been done, auditing has been done, the final place is Parliament. That's the point. So please, brothers from the media, the document is there, it's a public document, you can go and scrutinize it. So as I said, I went there on my own accord because I wanted proper accountability, proper scrutiny to be done by lawmakers. And that they checked the comments from lawmakers. Some were even calling for more. Check the records. Because let's be honest. Let's check the outcome over the years. Please. 2015, for example, one classical example. 2013, in South Africa, we spent $15 million. As a nation, we need to decide whether even AFCON, we are going to participate in AFCON or not. Because the moment you make an attempt, they see to participate in AFCON, you have to incur expenditure. Because the team, not just you see it on the field of play, the team needs to be prepared. Preparation involves a lot. You can't just say, oh, we are going for the tournament, no preparation. Let's get over in Dubai. So please, for me, the accounting mechanism, they are process institutions of state mandated to check every expenditure, and that is there. So when I'm found guilty of any expenditure, they'll come back to Parliament.
Status of bonuses of under 2015.
Yes, this is a critical issue. Myself, I'm discussing with the FA leadership. The bonus structure, I've already asked him to relook at the bonus structure. But we have our release of funds, also based on a timetable. As we speak, the fourth quarter hasn't hit our accounts. So we are waiting for the fourth quarter to hit our accounts. Then we pay those that we owe them. So that will be done. The Blasters, the two of them are outstanding as we speak. Sao Tome and of course South Africa, they are outstanding as we speak. So that's not the only thing that we owe. But it's based on also the release of funds. You know, Minister, you also have to go through a process to get the money before you can pay. So it's a process we are going through, we are following. But let me be honest with you. Any team that travels, we pay their per diem. So it's not what as our minister. They are saying the backpackers, they can't even find food. So who told you? They can't find food there. We feed them 3 square meters a day every time. And we give them per diem every day. If we give you food 3 square meters a day, accommodation every day paid for, and we give you per diem, do they lack there? Do they lack? Someone asked our minister, but the people are there and they are complaining they don't have money to eat. So who told you? Please, Ghanaians, whenever we send a team out there, we will pay for the accommodation, their feeding, and give them per diem. We don't owe anybody per diem. That's a fact. The bonus is something to also motivate them, which we agree. So the impression should not be created as if we have not paid them the bonus, therefore they have been starved of anything. They are not starved. They are compensated. They are fed. Give them some money every day. Sometimes $100 a day, sometimes $150 a day, depending on the country. So this is our paid. So it's not that they are there and they are being starved of funds. No, it's not true. So this point should be clear to Ghanaians that when we send the teams out there, it doesn't mean when we haven't paid them their bonus, they are being starved. They are there being taken care of by the state, including the Blasters. We do all these things for them. You know, when they came around, this round that they came to play, we give them money. We give them their per diem. Give them money. The matches they played against South Africa and Sao Tome and Principe, give them per diem. This is my accountant. He followed them even to Sao Tome and gave them the money. He followed them to Kumasi, not to where Cape Coast, and paid them there. So that is it about the. I'm in touch with the GOC president, Mr. Beninu Mensah, with the roadmap. So we are planning towards it. Everything's on course. It's unfortunate the Meteors couldn't qualify, but the rest of the federations, we are going to support them to go to Tokyo. And also, for the 2023, I also mentioned that one. There is an elaborate program, elaborate one, that will be rolled out very soon. Very soon, we are going to make a statement to Ghanaians about the elaborate plan. We may, let me put it this way, build a new Olympic sports stadium for Ghana. With all the facilities. So that even answers the question of the horse racing issue. Please, I'm in touch with the leadership of the Horse Racing Association. The plan is that that place, where they are, is going to be transformed to a modern sports center of excellence, including the Olympic Sports Stadium. So we are going to also build in that facility the horse racing facility there. So we are going to have it in place. Eh? Yeah, special emphasis on the few meetings, but this sports infrastructure that we are building, this stadium that we are building, is our contribution to support the local league. That's our contribution as government to support the local league. So all the teams will have access to our facilities, all the teams, as we have been doing. So, Mr. President, no fears. Very soon you will see quality pitches on your screens. Yes, not the ones that you've seen over the years. There's a Korea park that you have seen over the years. We're going to have quality green parks across the country very soon. So if you want to adopt Ninahini Sports Stadium as your base, for me as an MP, with my stakeholders, we'll give it to you free. Anything that comes to Ninahini is free. Provided it's registered by the FA, sanctioned by the FA, we'll give that facility to you free. So please, this government's contribution to support the local league. That's what we are doing. As we've done over the years, Accra Sports Stadium, as Asofok and Kumasi, this is for them.
There's another question from you, whether government intends to compensate persons who are wrongly accused in Australia.
Well, allegations were leveled. The authority was under heavy scrutiny by all Ghanaians. Allegations came up. there need to be an investigation. And for me, as a minister, the decision I took then was to write to the Minister for National Security to investigate me myself. Yes, that's the first thing I did. Me to be investigated first. As a minister, that decision I took. Because, sometimes when you set up a ministerial committee of inquiry, something that is a cover up. Oh, the minister inserts a committee within his outfit and therefore they will cover up. No. I said, as they get someone full scrutiny by the different body. That's it. So I wrote, Minister and your people, come and investigate me as a someone first before others are investigated. So whatever happened was a result of investigation. That's all that. I don't do investigation myself. No. There's a different entity. Through them, they have all the agencies under them to do the investigation. So please. The question is whether there will be any compensation for the person's law. Well, investigation is done. If it's done and you are exonerated, that is the point. You are restored to your, which for me, others that were named, they know that the board chair is here. He was named. Now he's back to his position. So that is enough compensation for you. When you are restored back to your position, it's obviously that he is sitting down here as the board chair of the NLC. And yes, and for me, that is it. When you are restored, that is it. Okay. There's another question about whether you have an eye on rugby. Oh yes, in fact, the job I do, I always assign duties and responsibilities. Recently, my deputy minister had a nice encounter with the rugby president. There was some support, financial support, even to them. Yeah, we gave them $10,000. So that is nailed for the federation. No, we are doing our best. We gave them $10,000. Last year, the GA, we gave them $83,000 or so. The Ghana athletics, $83,000 last year. So please, others are receiving some support. I know Anglo is looking at me. Me and him, we are like, and he knows it. So please, it's not that it's nil. The federation, some of them, we have been supporting them. You see, we always want to be convinced about what you were doing. If I have all the resources, I can give you to this gentleman. Anderson. I hope the name is isn't because SB, which is help him right. Your SB. Yes. Because he's visible. He's promoting the game all over the place. And recently, this beach soccer team is doing well. Yes. Yamafanga is doing well. See, promote the game. It's not like we have a federation that has the husband as a president, the wife as a secretary. And they don't know it. Even today, we just mentioned it. The husband as a president, the wife as a secretary. How? And they sit in Accra here, and you want all the support. You sit in Accra here. You're not visible in the Volta region, in the Ashanti region. Oh, no, we are quite a national federation. Is that what we should be supporting? Please. Support a national federation that's based only in Accra. Even in Accra, not in Sukuya, not in Bubuashi, but maybe within North Kaneshie alone. It's not within his house. It's managed from his house. If you manage federation for your house, please, when you come with a proposal, you come with a request, the minister will say no. It should be national in character. National in character.
There's another question about whether or not you've made a determination on how much support to be given to the Premier League.
Oh yes. As I said, the league is the epitome of football of every country. The league. That epitomizes football in every country. So therefore, that attention is critical. Myself and the president, let me commend this president. For me, he's like a brother. Kurt is like a brother. And I'm proud of him. He started well with me, and that is good for football. He's always with me, always engaging me. So we have agreed on a roadmap to get some support for them. So as a government is committed. Last year, the special competition, we provided the funds. I know, sometimes somebody look at my budget. Budget for 2020 is 40 million Ghana, it's not even $10 million. Here you are, they have got a budget of $12 million. So what happens? Somebody asked that question. So don't worry. We also have our stakeholders, our critical corporate world that also sometimes come to our aid. So we'll go to them as we did last year for support. Anywhere your boss says he will provide some support to the league. To help him. Yes. And the board chair has also agreed. The board has agreed. Yeah, has agreed. You know something? In the Cocoman Fund, you see, now within my ministry, the agencies, they are the richest. In the Common Fund, they have 5% allocation. That's what we are doing to do these youth resource centers. 5% okay. So all the things we are doing, not a single is a foreign money, no. All domestic. Our money. Our own money. Our own money. Yes. It's about prudence. That's what we are doing. Prudence, value for money. These are critical ingredients. Prudence, value for money, and when economical, you can achieve all these things. So NYA has agreed to provide some support to the domestic league. Clap for him.
Have you taken a decision on the future of the Black Stars, coach?
You see, let me address this question comprehensively.
And will you hold the Black Stars?
It is critical. Let me address this question comprehensively. We have about 8 national teams. I'm told another one has been added. Now, 9 national teams. You see, all these teams need quality, experienced coaches. Yes. You see, normally, we are always jumping for results. But what is the foundation? The foundation is also about providing support, quality one to the other national teams. Because they feed the senior national team. Satellites, meteors, they feed the senior national team. So when that base is weak, we are in trouble. I'm telling you. So the thinking going forward between me and the FA president is that let us now resource all these national coaches so that they become quality coaches. Yes, that's the thinking. And that will lead to a review of the entire arrangement with the national team coach and of course all the other coaches that are going to employ come this year. They must all be compensated. Yes, mentally they must be compensated. That decision we have taken. So going forward, and also you see, let us also strengthen and empower the technical directorate of the FA. The technical directorate, if that is well strengthened, that's the direction of the other national teams. They must provide the direction. Now as I speak, the technical directorate of the FA is weak. It's not empowered. So you start from there. Because he will have to monitor all the national team coaches. You have to monitor their progress, their performance. So we have agreed, myself and the FA president, that we are going to strengthen that part first before we move to the other national coaches. So we are going to have a comprehensive review of the technical direction of our national teams. Comprehensive review. That is the only way forward to resolve this penalty crisis that we find ourselves. Can you believe that? Penalty shootout. Send young court now yourself. Can you believe that? Send young court now yourself. Then you break the whole nation. All of our hearts are broken. And the minister now becomes the victim in Egypt, as if I kicked the penalty. Yes, everybody was saying, wow. Because me and you need to provide the direction and the vision for football. So I accept it.
So back to the question specifically, do we go the Black Stars coach?
Chief Akanda this year. No, we have an arrangement with them. Chief Akanda, what's the status now?
Very quickly.
Quickly.
Give him a mic and quickly respond.
So,
hello, Mr. Chairman. By tomorrow, we pay some of the amounts that we owe them. We owe them, but we had a problem. Minister is aware. We had a problem that has affected our whole program. So from tomorrow, we'll start paying them.
Also, I'm done.
Yes,
okay.
So I'm going to go through the list for the final batch of questions.
Nkoko Sports Stadium. Officer, please. Mike. The mic. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Nkoko Sports Stadium is one of the other stadiums that the NSA, together with the ministry, have earmarked for renovation works. Currently, there have been some minor renovation works going on, but then I think that when we are done with the full implementations, that will also be improved, as we explained. New Edibiase. New Edibiase, I think the issue has come up about 3 times or so, another person, about 3 of them, New Edibiase. When we went for the inspection of work at the New Edibiase Sports Stadium, when we went there, the experts saw the orientation of that ongoing construction to be wrong. The orientation, north-south direction of the pole, and all those things. So the advice that came to me was to do relocation. The same piece of land. You want to go there, the same piece of land. That relocation is taking place. So the design was wrong. As the orientation, the design was wrong. So we needed to change the place so that we can get the full size of the land, of course, the FIFA standard pitch that we need. So that's what happened to me. But construction is also ongoing. The contractor, we haven't changed the contractor. He's still there. It's just the design that we are getting it right this time around. You see, these measurements are key. You build a stadium, spend so much on it, and if you're not careful, it can't be used for international matches. It will not be fit for purpose. That's wrong investment. IAA cannot sanction it, FIFA cannot sanction it. That's wrong investment. So when we got there and we saw the orientation to be wrong, we needed to change the orientation to suit international standard. So that's what is happening at New DBRC. So when you go there, you see that there's the same piece of land, but it's in a different location, so that we can get the directions right for the pitch. Hockey. Please let us. Ghana Gas, I'm told. Professor coming. Please, Mike, yes.
Thank you very much. The hockey and the African Games actually took place at the same period. Luckily, we found support from Ghana Gas. They promised to cover all the entire cost of the hockey preparation and their participation, including the per diem and the bonuses. Ghana Gas, the chief executive assured me that the money that they made available was enough to pay for part of it, and the remaining is to be released very soon. So we are expecting it to be released, and once it is done, we also
make sure. So you have a new sponsor, Ghana Gas, also a state entity.
But for those who were in the African Games, all of them were paid fully. Their per diem, their bonuses. I think we didn't have any issues at all. This was the first time that I'm sure we have done such a thing.
So all those who participated in the All African Games in Morocco, we settled all of them.
All of them.
We don't owe any athlete.
All of them have been settled. Bonuses and all. Everything.
All medal payments, bonuses,
everything.
Because before you employed, you had an agreement about the bonus structure.
That's right.
When you get gold, there was an agreed sum. Silver was an agreed sum with the federations.
That's right.
And those who won gold, who won medals, they have all been settled.
In fact, it was instant payment. We did it even in Morocco.
Okay. So please, we don't owe any of them. All African Games in Morocco, we have settled all of the athletes. Status of the Puma deal. Mr. President, this in your domain. Yes.
Okay, so we took over on the 25th. We had former handing over those on the 26th of November. We are currently going through all the papers. We know we have a new relationship with Puma, but once we go through and we are sure, we can speak to the specifics. Thank you.
Director General, what have we gotten to so far on the preparations?
Right, as you indicated, all the stakeholders are actually working, including the GOC, and I think in January, all these, the budgets and the preparations will be also placed before Ghanaians, as we did for the African Games. So I think we played for some time.
Yes, Mr. FA President, whether we still have a chance to qualify
that's not been confirmed by CAF.
It has to do with the old system, but for the new system, Ghana is out. Africa has only 3 slots and not 4. Only 3 slots.
You're talking about a playoff that
No, we're not going to play any playoff.
No
Europe
playoff.
has 4 slots. Japan is the host. Also add that.
So we are out.
Yeah, we are out completely. Yeah, thank you.
The question again, please. Director, please.
Yes, sir. The Winneba Sports College is separate from the university. The lectures there are not part of the Winneba Sports College. So we are an entity on our own, and the university is on.
So the state pays the workers there? Government pays the workers?
Yes.
That's what that wants to say. Mr. FA President or Deputy, can you come in? I think that assignment, you were in charge of that assignment.
Well, the expenses on the special competition have been paid, but not all the clubs have been paid. There are some outstanding issues that would have to be resolved with the new FA, and the payments will be made.
Okay. Well, I think the youth in sports model that we have has a program with the YEA. So far, as I said, we've trained 2,000 of them. The rest of them, we want to sit down with the federations so that, as we said, we can engage all of them on the YEA program. So myself and then the board chairman, Samir, we've met on this issue. I think there's that common agreement for us to do that so that we can support our sports men and women. So that program is also going to be rolled out very soon. You know, one good thing about the ministry is that we have many of such lands available. That has been earmarked, for example, for a sporting facility. It's part of our program to have the place well built to support sports. What we are talking about is a place around Botema. Yes, we also have a land there, about 105 acres of land. And that is suitable for what we are envisaging now. Understand? We are going to have a modern Olympic-sized sports stadium with all the facilities, sports was and all those things. So we needed a larger space, a bigger space for that project to be undertaken. So that is the difference. But I know Benin Mensa and the MP for the area, Mona Moses Enim, they are always on me for us to do something about that area. So we would find some support for that area. Sure. Well, Dr. General, this issue is up. Very contentious one, that you are charging so exorbitantly, and that the fees are high, they cannot afford. I have a letter from the GES also, I think Ashanti Regional one, a letter on my table with regards to the exorbitant charges you have introduced. So,
Thank you. That is not under us, but the stadiums. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for the opportunity to respond to this particular question. When I took over, I think
so
in the middle of this year.
This is an issue that's contentious. Yeah. Take your time and explain the rationale behind your new policy.
In the middle of this year, we did a review of our charges, our stadium facilities, because it's not only the pitches that we rent out. We also have even seminar rooms and many other facilities within the stadiums, and sometimes some of them are even like accommodation facilities that we rent out to the general public, and also to some of the sportsmen and women in this industry. Now, when we did the review, especially when it came to the school sports, we realized one thing. This year in particular, when they had the intercolleges, the school intercolleges in Kumasi, I was there myself. That was when they had the finals. I think they had about 3 days for the finals, and I was there in person. Honorable Minister, lots of our seas were destroyed. They all got broken.
Deliberate.
Because you see, when the students gather in such stadium, in fact, they actually exceed the limit. The sports stadium is designed for 40,000 seating capacity, but sometimes you can even record about 60,000 students trooping into the stadium. Some of them are actually not students, but probably old students who want to meet and come and support their teams, and they come there. What we realized was that all of them who enter into the stadium pay gate fees. What we realized was 2 cedis gate fee charged per person. That will give you, Honorable Minister, if you have about 50,000, that is a moderate projection. Then they are pocketing about 100,000 Ghana cedis a day. The effect of such a capacity on our utilities, the water, the electricity, the sanitation alone. Honorable Minister, after every intercolleges, we spend almost about 10,000 to clean up the facility and make them available to their clubs. It's so expensive. Okay, we have indicated to them that we will prefer to enter into the same agreement as we have with the clubs. said that we use a sharing formula, so proceeds are collected, and then certain portions, proportions are allocated for cleaning, for restoration of the facility, so that the others can also use. The GS refused. The GS refused.
Okay,
when I made my accounts people and as well as the marketing officers to determine the actual cost for such a usage,
I think we
it
have
was almost about 75,000. So we decided.
I think we have somebody representing Education Ministry, eh? Yes. You are in charge of school sports over there. Yes. You want to respond to what you are saying? No, yes.
So what the charge that we have given Honourable Minister to end my response is about 1/3 the actual cost, and that's the 20,000 that we are supposed to charge them.
Let me then come in and say that because of our commitment to the promotion of school sports, now the matter is before the ministry. I'll sit down with all of you to resolve the issue. I hope that is okay. So I'm going to arrange a meeting in my office, then you can let us resolve, because our commitment is also to promote school sports. We revive school sports. That's critical. That's the foundation of sports. So this matter should not become a banter between the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Education Ministry. No. We are working together. Let us sit down and resolve it, because we need school sports to be revamped in this country. So please, from Education Office, the Director General, a meeting will be arranged in my office for us to iron out our differences. Definitely, we need you, please. It's important. Sure.
Minister, we have about 3 minutes to wrap up.
Okay.
Do you have any policy interventions to do with low patronage at the particular federation sports? I don't know whether that's a question.
The same football, and also how to attract supporters to the league centers. I think that is it.
Those are specific matters to the...
Yeah, so please, Mr. President, what is your game changer direction for getting people to the various stadia? He's a game changer.
We'll speak to that later at the
Okay, so please. Okay.
And then there's a question about boxing, whether or not there are plans to better prepare boxers for international tournaments.
Well, boxing is one of our traditional sports. It's key. Over the years, boxing has indeed marketed Ghana internationally. We all know the experts in boxing. So we are concerned about the development and of course the promotion of boxing in this country. That is why over the years, since I became minister, I've had several meetings with the GBA on how to, of course, revive and strengthen boxing. Moses Fomoni is always in my office for this discussion. It was about promotion. It was about promotion, making sure that we have more events, more activities taking place, and that, for me, is critical. I think the key point is also to urge the GBA to have a marketing strategy for the promotion of boxing, as we are talking about the other federations. I think it's critical that let's have a marketing strategy for the promotion of boxing. But for us, whenever they come to us for any support, even if it's individual boxing support or the amateur one, we support them. I mean, the professional for the amateur one, we support them. So we are still there for that engagement with them. Okay, thank you.
Minister, we are grateful. No, sir. Langabel, that will not happen here. If you have a question, we have a way we go about it. Thank you very much. That will not happen here. So, Minister, I want to say thank you for your time. Chief executives and directors of the ministry, I want to say thank you for your time. And colleagues in the media, thank you so much. We've done about 2 hours. This all time will allow us. Most grateful. Minister and his colleagues will exit through the main doors here. And then I'll ask our colleagues in the media to stay. Adam and team will engage you afterwards. Thank you so much. Olagaba, should I say thank you for the words so sweet?